Hey everybody, it is August 6, 2026. Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. Now, I just did, and I don't know, you may actually see this video before you see that one, an insanely difficult choice of which one is better between two albums. Now I'm going to do it between two movies, which is just as difficult. Which is better? Casino or Goodfellas? Now, I'm half Italian. My dad was the Italian side. I grew up him watching The Godfather endlessly. He would come home every single day for years. Put on The Godfather. He had on VHS. My cousin knew somebody who got a bootleg version of the one with all the scenes intact. It was a pirated version, and my dad, it was like, I think he was happier getting that than the day I was born. He was insane with that. And then these two movies come out. Goodfellas comes out first. Casino comes out second, and he absolutely loves it. He loves The Sopranos and whatnot. Absolutely loves these movies. And I absolutely love these movies. Now, I will say, growing up in Chicago, my dad grew up on Taylor Street, so he knew the real guy Joe Pesci played. My dad was not in the mafia, nothing like that, not even remote to that. Just knew him from the neighborhood. They were acquaintances, but the Italians that grew up in that area when this movie came out, that was, I remember going to family gatherings and like, hey, we knew him, and we knew this guy. That wasn't Kansas City. If they say it's Kansas City in the movie, that was Taylor Street. Why did they put Kansas City in there for? It's funny. It's really funny. But these two movies are just perfect. Absolutely, positively perfect. I could watch these over and over and over and over again. The girls watch them, they both love them. I mean, there's nobody I've ever even spoken to that doesn't think these movies are phenomenal. Both based on real events. And the acting in it, Joe Pesci is just so phenomenal. And here's the thing about Joe Pesci. You look at him playing the roles in these two movies. The psychopath. It's basically the same character. But the psychopath. And then you see him play the guy in Lethal Weapon. Getz, isn't that his name? Leo Getz. He's this funny, goofy little, clown guy. I mean, Joe Pesci he's such an incredible actor. Absolutely such and then Home Alone. He's such an unbelievably incredible actor. De Niro, before he went off the deep end, phenomenal in these movies. Ray Liotta in Goodfellas. I know he was in other movies, I'm sure, but this is what broke him. Lorraine Bracco in this movie. Sharon Stone in this movie. I mean, the casting, what makes these movies so unbelievably phenomenal is the casting. There's nobody that say, man, that wasn't a good casting choice. You have Tony Sirico, Paulie Walnuts from Sopranos, who has a small part in this one. There's so many people, not only, and they spread, not only that they're from the Sopranos that are in both these in bit parts. You have some of the side characters from The Godfather too that show up in these movies. It's crazy. God. And I mean, God, how get Scorsese? I mean, he's Italian. He knows this life. He knows. He knew how to do this, and he knew how to do it right. he not only, it'd be very easy to do a mob movie, but just like Francis Ford Coppola with The Godfather, he gets the family element, the Italian family element in both these movies. There's this one, again, Joe Pesci, where they have the guy in the trunk, but they go into his mom's to pick up some tools, and she wakes up and they're like, oh, we're gonna have dinner with my mom in the middle of the night now. And then he talks about in this one where he, no matter what, he always went and made breakfast for his son. That's very, again, it's not just Italian, but these are things that Italians can relate to. These are, it's very, very interesting. Great movies. This one, it follows Ray Liotta's character from a young man, on through becoming an adult and getting involved in the mafia family and whatnot. And he could never be a made man because he was Irish. Like me, I could never be a made man because I'm half Irish. But plays it in the movie, plays an important role. Now the funny thing is, Howard Stern, again, before he went off the deep end, when Howard Stern was the real Howard Stern and not the Howard Stern we have now, he used to have what's his name? The real guy. Oh my God. What's his name in the movie? It's the real guy's name. Ray Liotta's character. I can't think of it right now. But he used to have him on the radio show all the time. And supposed mafia guys would call in and say he was nobody. He was a nothing in the organization. He's making him out to be, he was just a weasel. He's making himself out to be bigger than he was. I don't know if that was the case or whatnot. But Ray Liotta, and especially the laugh. Oh my, guys, don't get old. If you're younger, don't get old. I can't remember anything. He gets the laugh down so well. And he plays this character. Ray Liotta was so great. And then when he gets hooked on drugs, and he's paranoid, and he's looking for helicopters and whatnot. This is. So many great things in this movie. Was it Billy Batts, the Shine Box? Go get your Shine Box guy. And again, he's in Sopranos. Oh my God, he's Phil in Sopranos. Oh my God, is he phenomenal? Oh my God, and he's a drummer. He was supposed to be a pretty good drummer too. There's that scene. There's this thing where they go through everybody who spent the money after the Lufthansa heist, but they're all real. All those scenes, and then Lorraine that's his wife's name in the movie. Yeah, Lorraine Bracco but she, when Robert De Niro tries to set her up, and you see this downfall of how the family breaks apart. Paul Sorvino, plays the guy, running the family, and they say he doesn't run. He doesn't run for anybody, and he wouldn't use a phone. Just you have the family dynamic with Ray Liotta's family. You have the mafia side of it, and of course what am I, a clown to you? The classic. I've done that. I do that with I've done that with younger people I know that have no idea what this movie is, and when they say something somewhere along those lines, I'm like, what am I, a clown to you? No, and they don't know what I'm doing, and it's so funny. I've done this so many times. And it's so funny because the people around who know, they're just holding in the laugh, and sometimes there was one time I did it, and one of the guys I was with goes, hey Joey, like in the movie, he's like, hey Anthony, he can, calm down. He goes, no, hey Anthony, he can talk for himself. He goes, hey Joe, calm down. And I said, no, he can, hey, calm down. He can talk for himself. He can talk for himself. He's a big boy, and he was just doing it, and the poor kid, it was hilarious. Then you have this one. Again, the family dynamic shows more on this toxic relationship between Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone, who both, are just absolutely phenomenal in this movie. And again, Joe Pesci is psycho. Then he starts having an affair, which, if you know anything about the mob, you don't mess with anyone's wife. I have a lot of friends that are cops and firemen in Chicago, and, that's an unwritten rule. You just don't, you should never mess with anyone's wife anyway. But you don't do it. It's just not, and that happens. And, Joe Pesci starts breaking the rules, and Robert De Niro's character gets too big for his britches. Two unbelievable movies. Which one is better? Which one is... this is so difficult. I choose Goodfellas as being the better of the two. And man, this is the perfect example of finding the prettiest diamond in a pile of diamonds when you're choosing which one is better out of the two. The only reason I give the slight edge to Goodfellas is because the story of Sharon Stone and Robert De Niro's family life falling apart, and then Robert De Niro trying to make himself out to be like, at one point he has a Vegas TV show and whatnot. That's a bit of a lull. It's not, this is still a perfect movie. Don't get me wrong. This one is nonstop, just like it never. That's when I go to the bathroom. If I'm in the theater and I'm watching this movie, that's when, you know what? This is time to go to the bathroom, get more popcorn. This, during the entire thing, I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss 1 second of anything in this movie. It's not that it's boring parts. It's a little less interesting. It's almost like when Joe Pesci is not in the scenes of this movie, there can be lulls. Doesn't matter if Joe Pesci's not in the scenes of this movie, because Ray Liotta and Robert De Niro are still awesome. So, again, these are two absolutely perfect movies. Which one is better? This one, I give the slight edge to, just because it sucks you in from the second it starts to the second you leave, till the second it ends. This one, again, has tiny little lulls, but it's still, you're never going to be bored. Not even close. Not even in the stratosphere of being bored. So, let me know what you think. Which one is the best movie? Goodfellas or Casino? If you're going to ask which one is the favorite mob movie, Godfather 1. By far, Godfather 2 is phenomenal, but it's not even worth doing it. Godfather 1 is so beyond perfect, nothing can touch it. Ever. Not even come close. Let me know what you think between these two movies. Which one do you think is the better, and why? Where would you put Godfather in there? All right, all that. Thanks for watching, and like, subscribe, and I will see ya.